Yo, what is going on, guys? Plunge here, and today we're gonna be doing another video request, and this is the request of Shadowfire. He or she said, please react to ALUCARD, the ultimate overpowered character by RealLifeRyan. Again, I don't know who ALUCARD is, but looking from the title, he is known as the ultimate overpowered character. I guess we'll just have to find out if that's true. I'm really interested. So, without any further ado, let's go watch ALUCARD, the ultimate overpowered character.
I'm grateful that the world still breathes such madness. Now, it's time
Is he a
to play,
vampire?
Alhambra.
I'm guessing he
I
is.
want to hear you squeal like a pig.
ALUCARD. No, not that one. The gothic, brutal, dark, and battle-crazed maniac main character of Hellsing. ALUCARD has to be one of the most overpowered characters in all of anime, and he didn't even have to do 100 push-ups and 100 sit-ups every single day. Yet, despite being an absolute beast and dominating all of his opponents, Hellsing manages to use him just right so that the series doesn't become boring or uninteresting due to his overwhelming power.
Okay.
This is going to be a bit of a breakdown and analysis on his character and why I and many others find him to be so fascinating. This will include spoilers, so I would highly recommend watching Hellsing Ultimate or reading the manga before watching
Well, we
this
don't
video.
really have enough
But
time
in the
for that,
mid-2000s,
huh?
in a time where Twilight was just beginning its popularity, searching for good vampire fiction was a little bit difficult. But when I found Hellsing the manga, my angsty teenage self was more than satisfied to dive into this crazy world of an organization hunting down supernatural threats as well as Nazis. Who doesn't like a good Nazi killing, am I wrong? There was nothing not to love, and ALUCARD is first shown in his red suit, gun-toting vampire self hunting down
Oh, so
other
he is a
vampires.
vampire, okay.
He calls the leader of the organization of Hellsing, Integra, his master, and more or less obeys all of her orders. But as the series goes on, we can kind of gather that this relationship is beneficial to both of them in various ways. ALUCARD thrives on chaos and battle, and being with Hellsing allows him to meet and challenge other vampires and creatures to combat. And much like other battle-crazed characters, ALUCARD is looking for that challenge. It's a staple of the overpowered character archetype, looking for someone to rival them and perhaps even defeat them. ALUCARD gets excited, and almost Hisoka levels excited, when he meets a challenger and loves to test their skills. But when ALUCARD is let down by an opponent, which he always winds up being, he doesn't leave the fight or allow his opponent to go train to get stronger.
He kills
No. ALUCARD will take out his disappointment on his opponents by physically and verbally destroying them, ripping them apart, making them suffer, and giving them a disgusting and horribly painful death.
So, I see you for what you really are. You're pathetic. Nothing but a useless, sniveling lump of meat. Silence! I'm a dog. Then you're dog food.
Jesus.
If you let him down in battle, it'll be the last mistake that you ever make. And being as powerful as he is, he will do it in a variety of crazy creative ways.
Like what?
So many vampire powers throughout all of fiction are incorporated into ALUCARD's powers and abilities. Just a small sample of, he of course has enhanced strength and speed, but also the ability to transform his body into wolves and other beasts and into black mist, contorting and manipulating his body into various positions. Hypnosis, invulnerability,
look at how scary
and
that
regeneration.
is.
He has been shot, dismembered, decapitated, and his body will still
I wouldn't want to see
reform
that,
no matter what the damage.
Jesus.
He's practically impervious to any damage, and he actually seems to enjoy getting shot and stabbed and ripped apart, basically allowing it to happen, only to show his enemies up moments later by reforming himself and then overpowering them. ALUCARD also, though working for Hellsing, is not what you would call a good character. He has and continues to kill humans that get in his way, including that of an entire troop of police officers. In intense moments of violence and passion, he does lose control for a bit and has to bring himself back to center. One thing that keeps ALUCARD on track is his master Integra, and reasons for following her go way back into her lineage, and having a man, a human, being the only one to defeat ALUCARD in combat, back when ALUCARD was known as Count Dracula.
Oh.
Alucard has since shown loyalty
So
to the
that's
family
him.
of Hellsing and puts various restrictions
Count
on his
Dracula.
already
He just
overwhelming
changed his
power.
name.
Restrictions that can be taken off by Integra, or even Alucard himself if he ever chooses to disobey her orders.
Commencing the Cromwell invocation. Ability restrictions lifted for limited use until the enemy has been rendered silent.
And we see when he deems it necessary to unlock restrictions on his power. Alucard's level 0 release is when he unleashes the power of all the souls he's ever devoured. And this overwhelming display
So
shows the true
zombies,
power
basically.
of Dracula. Everyone's blood who he's drained and had their essence absorbed, he has full access to that power. The streets of London become engulfed in millions of dead souls that he can use for his desire. And it's one of the most intense moments
he's
in
a
the entire
badass though.
anime.
Look at him.
So why have a character this powerful? Well, I think it puts everything else in the series into perspective. The power other characters have, such as Alexander Anderson, gives Alucard excitement as he fully embraces the monster that he is. But when it comes to others like Anderson, Alucard actually wishes that he do not take a power enhancement that will turn him into a monster as well. When Anderson gets offered extra power, Alucard actually pleads for Anderson not to take it, saying, "Don't you understand? This is how I became what I am," indicating that Alucard perhaps somewhere deep down regrets his decision to become a vampire in the first place. Much of this can relate to when he was human, sacrificing many for his greater ambitions, and becoming reputable for his brutal nature, something that would carry over into who he is as a vampire. But when he was taken prisoner, he saw all that he had cared for killed and destroyed, and cursing God for allowing this to happen, he drank up the blood required to become a vampire, throwing away his
So
humanity
it's in the act
and
of
accepting himself
frustration and
as the monster
anger
that many already saw
when he
him
became a
as.
vampire.
And thus it should be that of a human who puts him down and not another monster, one not making the same decisions that he had. And perhaps this adds into why Alucard is so vicious with his kills. Fighting other vampires and monsters, he absolutely eviscerates them. He is taking out a part of himself in each fight. A monster seeing another monster, and a monster being irritated that he's not facing down that special human opponent, like the one that had defeated him so long ago. A key factor is upon Anderson's defeat, Alucard gives him an amen, and displays respect, unlike when he verbally assaults and crushes into the ground everyone else that we'd seen thus far. Alucard is a complicated character, but him being as overpowered as he is actually adds to the benefit of the narrative and to the understanding of who he is as a character. We see the difference in his excitement for battle with particular opponents and his actions upon defeating them. We see how he shows respect to the bloodline of Hellsing and also to specific enemies like Anderson. There's a deep sadness behind all of Alucard's actions, and he hits that fine line between embracing who he is and somewhat regretting it. He puts himself into the role of a monster, and with that he unleashes devastating power and abilities. With Hellsing, the organization, it gives him more of a direction to focus it in. He will continue to kill and lust for battle, but now it's for the greater good, so to speak. But he'll still often fly off the handle. Characters that are immortal or overpowered can sometimes be a detriment to the respected series, but with Alucard, it works so well because of it. The complexity behind who he is and what he desires is the backbone of Hellsing, and it also allows other characters to shine. If you watch the Hellsing Ultimate series, there's a few episodes where Alucard isn't involved, and it gives a nice break and a chance for other characters like Ceres to come into their own. Alucard to me remains one of the most compelling, sad, and badass characters in all of anime. As well, one of the best vampires ever written, and if we don't want to separate him from the fact that he is technically an adaptation of Dracula as well, then he is, well, also my top favorite Dracula incarnation. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. What do you think about Alucard? Do you think he's too overpowered, or do you think him being that overpowered adds to the benefit of who he is as a character like I do? If you haven't seen Hellsing Ultimate, I highly recommend that you guys check it out. It is pretty brutal and adult, just to forewarn you. But ultimately, it is a great series. Ha, see what I did there. Anyways, guys, please give this video a like. Let me know if you liked it. Share it if
I have
you want
something
to.
to say
Subscribe if
after
you want to
this.
stick around for more anime,
Very
manga, and other
interesting.
such content. Also, check out the Discord and Patreon in the description below. Other than that, guys, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you in the next video.
Okay.
The evening's still so young. Come on! Hurry, hurry, hurry! Pull yourself together! The fun has just begun!
Jesus, he is crazy. Okay, that is it for Alucard, the ultimate overpowered character. I just want to say, he's got a lot of similarities with Superman, in that not exactly the power, but the story of Alucard and Superman. Basically, their stories is not about how strong they are, it's about what they do as a character. Like, it's not about how Superman can overpower this opponent. Like, more times than not, Superman is more powerful than the opponent he's facing. It's about what they do, what their characters are. So I see that mirroring Alucard, you know, like they're both very overpowered character. Not a lot of people can defeat them, but that's not necessarily the point of the story. It's not about their powers. It's about what they do as a character, who they truly are, what makes them compelling. Like, I see the mirroring image of Superman and Alucard. It's very interesting. When he said that, when he said that in the video, what's his name again? RealLifeRyan. When he said that in the video, Superman is the first thing that popped up to my head. Like, it's very interesting how similar they are, and also the fact that he's a version of Dracula. Does this technically make Alucard the strongest version of Dracula we ever seen? Because, like what's said in the video, he's got a lot of powers, combinations of different vampires on other media. They're just combining them into one. My one question is, has he been beaten before? You know, before the other guy, you know, before there was this human who was able to defeat him. After that, was he able to be defeated? Or is there just no one in the show who can overpower Alucard? Like, I wanna know if there is someone who can defeat him. Leave a comment on the comment section down below. And also, let me know which other anime character can defeat Alucard. Like, I know there's a lot of like very overpowered characters out there. Is there one in particular, in your opinion, that can go toe to toe or just even overpower Alucard with ease, like with no sweat at all, like just flicking Alucard left and right? Like, I want to know if there's someone, if there's an anime character out there that is able to defeat him with ease. Let me know in the comment section down below. But yeah, I really enjoyed that video. Thank you so much, Shadowfire, for suggesting that. I really enjoyed the commentary of RealLifeRyan on how overpowered Alucard really is. So that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hit like, subscribe, follow our socials, it's gonna be linked in the description. Help us reach 1,000 subscribers. We're currently at 624 subs. We're so close to 1,000, so make sure to tell your family and friends about our channel. Thank you for the honest and sincere feedback that you guys give us. We really appreciate it. It allows us to make better content that you guys will enjoy. So thank you for that. In case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, good night.